Welcome back to another edition of the Be Forever Cool podcast. My name is Rex 45.
My name is TJ with Two Wheels and Coffee.
Smitty Smith Shot Racing.
And it's your boy Trax Starz, baby.
Man, tonight's a delicate night. I got the sippy cup.
Oh man.
We were talking before the show started. It seems like, we got a lot of housekeeping to do, a lot of things that necessarily don't like to be talked about in front of camera. I'm saying these things usually happen in MotoGP, World Superbike, behind the scenes, even Formula One, behind the scenes. So we don't really talk about these things as much on camera. Not us, because we're not getting the money. We're not involved in those negotiations and stuff like that. But it's something that we really need to talk about. When people struggle to get a ride and they deserve a ride, and when it gets not necessarily late in the season, but the season preseason hasn't fully happened and some people don't have rides. But before we move on, since Liberty Media Group owns a large percentage of MotoGP, aka World Superbike as well, let's talk about Lewis Hamilton leaving Mercedes, after I think about 11 years, a bunch of titles. I don't want to say 7 because I think he might have got some before he got to Mercedes, and going to Ferrari. I don't know how much you guys follow Formula One. I know everybody here knows who Lewis Hamilton is. English dude. I think he's half English, half Guyanese. He's a brother. He's not sustained, but he had to endure some of the things that, necessarily people who don't look like everybody else get into a sport or industry and have to deal with a lot of things that we don't get to hear, but we heard about those happening and stuff like that. So what do you guys think about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari? Is it a win-win? Did Mercedes mess up? He's in his 30s. Does it matter? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't follow it extreme, but I do know that I think Mercedes messed up. As far as what I know is they haven't been developing how they should have been, as far as I know. But I think it's a big move. It definitely needed a change to continue his legacy.
Right. What does it mean for you for having a brother in Formula One, the highest driving 4-wheel sport? You want to touch on that a little bit before we move to the other two guys on the panel here. What are your thoughts, TJ, on that?
I mean, it's just someone to look up to. I definitely love driving too. So like Lewis Hamilton, just being of color, it's definitely awesome to see. Definitely root for him to win, and it's just nice to see him being on top.
What about yourself, Smitty? What are your thoughts? I don't know if you're a 4-wheel guy. I know you're definitely Honda. So Honda got Honda Motor in Formula One. So
With F1, yes, yes.
I'm sorry, Trax Starz.
Listen, he's interesting.
I'm a McLaren fan.
Hey, Trax Starz.
They had the Honda engine in it.
Hey, there's no Ducatis in F1, all right? Just so you know.
Not yet. Audi's coming, though. Audi's coming.
I guess, man. But nah, it's dope. It's dope that Hamilton is moving to, the red car, Ferrari. But in terms of, Mercedes, look, they had a good, 10-year run. Sometimes you just need a fresh start, It's no bad blood. The Mercedes, they've been good to him for damn near, a decade. But George Russell and Hamilton, in terms of what they do for the last year or so, they're the same.
Right.
They're equals now.
But,
Russell...
Do you think that, I know you're not down, you're up in Atlanta, but down from those guys as far as, location. But I don't know if you paid close attention to when Tom Brady left the Patriots and went to Tampa. Do you Pedro Martinez and these guys that in their twilight, the teams that they won a lot of titles with, didn't keep them around. Do you feel like Mercedes didn't do enough to keep Lewis Hamilton around? Because I mean, he's up there with Senna and Schumacher. You know what I mean? He's up there with them guys.
He's the best, but I think they did enough. But it's like, to me, Hamilton wanted a fresh start. Because think about it, for the past 2 years, Max been whooping his ass, man.
Yeah.
Max been beating
Max
everybody.
been whooping his ass, man. So maybe he wants a better car, and the Mercedes wasn't giving him the car they felt he needed. It's time for a change, honestly, So can't fault him for that. But then also about him being the only black guy there, it's cool because trailblazer. But some people need to see that to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And some guys, they had like kids in the hood. They know zero about F1, but now seeing Hamilton, they learn about it.
Right.
So it helps them grow the sport. So yeah, Hamilton's dope dude, man. And Ferrari, celebration the best, But Verstappen on that Red Bull Honda was whooping his ass, man.
Listen, man.
Oh God.
I completely agree.
God.
I completely agree with
Same
you
slug, man.
about us seeing people there, because honestly, like Tiger Woods did for me, he had me paying attention more to golf.
Yeah,
than I was
same thing.
and the same thing with Lewis
James
Hamilton.
Stewart.
He definitely had me paying attention, and Stewart for
Yeah.
as far as MX had me paying attention to that. Now Track Stars. I mean, he's going to a red
Come on,
team.
man.
You know about the red
Listen,
team.
man.
I know.
Come on,
I know you got
man.
no loose sleep over what
Yeah.
Smitty's talking about Honda, but Honda's been killing it. in
This is
Formula
very
One.
simple. This is very simple. Listen, if you want to compare F1 to MotoGP so our viewers can really understand what's going on here,
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton is the Rossi of F1. Ferrari is the Ducati of F1. And Rossi decided to ride his dream bike and go to Ducati. Hamilton, every driver in F1's dream is to get on the Ferrari.
Yeah.
That is the king of the castle.
Yeah.
That's the pinnacle of F1. It is Ferrari. And I think Hamilton's been the forefront or the face of F1 for a long time. Now we're starting to see the new young guns shining and actually giving Hamilton some real serious competition. And I don't think Hamilton has declined in his ability to drive, but I think Mercedes has lost the dominance in the motorcycle, in the car that they put out there. Kind of like the same way where Yamaha was the dominant force in MotoGP, and Ducati was always right there, and all of a sudden now Ducati is the force in MotoGP, and Ferrari has almost lost the dominance now to McLaren.
Right.
Even Ferrari has lost some dominance to a fairly new company in a way,
Right.
as far as McLaren. And it's just as fun, people, to watch. I'm sure a lot of you do watch Formula One. Liberty is who owns F1 and has purchased MotoGP. And I think that's brilliant because I think those ideas that exist in F1 are really going to elevate the brand of MotoGP. And as you can see, it's already affecting it. The MotoGP logo has changed to a more F1 language.
Yes.
Per se. And I think, listen, it's gonna be great for both sports. And as far as having this in racing, this color right here, we need that melanin, baby.
Yes.
We're needed everywhere in every sport. I think the representation of every culture should be in racing because we all really enjoy competition. and representation is much needed. And like you guys were saying, seeing it is believing that you could achieve it. And it's a strong message, especially to our youth.
Yeah, no,
Agreed.
I completely
Yeah.
agree with everyone's sentiment. I don't mean to pick on Mercedes too much, but I'm gonna pick on them a little bit. And I'm a big European car guy. I'm a big European bike guy and stuff like that. But from watching like The Last Dance and hearing different stories of Adidas and stuff like that, a German company and stuff like that. Do you think Lewis? Because it sounds like Ferrari gave Lewis Hamilton, everything he wanted, including a house that Enzo Ferrari lived in. So did the Germans not want to give up too much to the brother? Did they want, even after all these championships, did they not want to give up too much? Because it sounds like Ferrari gave Lewis everything he wanted.
Right.
I mean, that's what it seems like, because that's the move that he took. You're holding out on pieces. You got a
I'm excited to see
superstar
it.
in your hands.
Yeah. But I got one random fact about F1 and MotoGP combined. Lando Norris, growing up, wanted to be in GP, not F1. He just couldn't ride bikes that well. Nah, he said himself. He's a huge fan of Rossi. Also,
Yeah. No, listen, man. I hear
Oh
you.
God! And Rossi wants to ride MotoGP too.
Formula One, F1.
Rossi wanted to be F1,
Yeah.
and Hamilton wanted to be MotoGP. Listen, I think we got a situation as far as what Ferrari was willing to give Hamilton and what Mercedes was willing to give. We got a similar situation in baseball where today we
let's go,
confirmed
Mets.
Juan Soto signs
Yes,
to the Mets
yes, I
for
love
$5
it.
million more. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
listen, you can only, when it comes to staying with Mercedes and going to Ferrari, you seriously picking between the best of the best right there. Yeah. So there's no, if you want to stay with us, you're gonna stay with us. If you want to go, you're gonna go. And I'm sure that Mercedes didn't hold back in holding offers for Hamilton, but they knew that the time was there to part ways.
Yeah.
There was drama in camp when they brought when
Russell.
This been going on for a long time in inside that McLaren, inside that Mercedes camp. And I've been watching it for a long time I think he was beefing with, wasn't it Nico? And then they brought Bottas.
Yes.
And there was always heat in the kitchen.
Yes.
And it was just time. I think it was time for both of them to get a new fresh start and elevate their game. And I think that's what they're both gonna do. I believe Hamilton made the best choice. Team Red, obviously. Let's just, it's time to go where we want to be.
I think Team Red, you and Smitty can agree to.
Okay, yes, I like you.
Honda, but still, but the colors.
I'm not sure I agree with Smitty. Don't put me in that category.
No, Smitty is Honda Red. He's not Honda Orange. He's Honda Red. So.
Oh, he's not Repsol. Is what we clear. Be clear.
So he's definitely
he's Fireblade.
Yeah, he's exactly. He's definitely Team Red when it comes to that. All right, man. Let's get into MotoGP. And before we get into all of the other shenanigans, I say it's rumors. You guys say you know more than me, and it's more. Is KTM in trouble? Is Pedro Acosta in trouble? Is Jack Miller smarter? Say is who else left KTM? All the people that left KTM. What are your thoughts? Did KTM overextend themselves to tried to be the best bike on the grid and messed up the books?
I mean, they definitely. I mean, they definitely tried. I mean, KTM. I feel like is. I mean, they can. I feel like they can get out of this. I mean, I don't know.
You got to order for 10 bikes?
Right.
Somehow, I mean, yeah, they're down big, but yeah, I think they tried too hard to get where they are, a little too fast. Um, I don't know if it's has to doing with getting top riders or I don't know the development stages, but I know they should be fine going into this next season. I think the like full development stops like after next year.
Right, right.
Am I right?
What are your thoughts, Smitty?
Kind of same thing. So with KTM, it's tough because my concern is Pedro. You know, I'm a huge Pedro fan. And I think this year the budget is set for what they have, you know, to race for 2025. But 2026 with the new, with the new bike and everything, and it's going to cost more money to build it. And what's called the R&D. I don't know, honestly. And yeah, it's rumor right now, but you know the old phrase, where there's smoke, there's fire. And right now with KTM, it's a lot of smoke, man.
That's the new thing.
There's a lot of smoke. It is 27, not 26 as far as the completely bike change, but as far as like, you know, what they have access to as far as contingencies may change in 26. But like I you know, I heard that Vinales bought some shares in KTM. So is it a matter of, if you're a diehard KTM fan, track stars like you are to Ducati, do the diehard KTM fans need to go buy more KTMs? I got 2 KTMs. Do I need to buy 2 more? What do you?
So
I need to do something, man.
Let's go back to the beginning. I'm gonna touch a little base on that. Let's go back to the beginning. As far as is MotoGP's to blame for the demise of KTM and Gas? No. I think this is you gotta understand that racing is the development of everything. And it's also the vision that we all see, right? If you don't see something go fast and proven to endure, you don't buy it. Right. And the problems start by the dealerships not selling the bikes, or the brand not setting up the dealerships to succeed.
Yeah.
I think the main problem that KTM and Gas have, I think, is the lack of support here in the United States and probably in other countries too. There's no KTM dealership. There's no there's no gas dealership. Right. There's vendors or distributors of the product, but there's not a home for it. So when you need service, when you need parts, there's not a place that you go and you say, this is my home, or this is where I buy my motorcycles.
Right.
Because the dealerships there.
I'll even interject and to say, like, they probably sell more off-road vehicle dirt bikes and bikes than they do street bikes. It's like the street bike section of KTM is small, like not even smaller than small.
I see a lot of KTMs on dirt.
And they just introduced a new RCA and what's the other bike that they released?
Duke,
2 bikes.
Yeah, they got the 890 Duke that they have there.
So the 1360 or the listen, they just trying to launch off something, and this news breaks out, which is really bad because they started off so well in EICMA and everything, and then they get hit with this news. I wish they would have never even exposed it. They could have held it for a year and see exactly what was going to come of it. Because it's unfair. They just purchased MV Agusta,
right?
Which is another company that that's like on the decline, and they're trying to raise from the ashes too. They just released a brand new bike too, that's supposed to be crazy for the streets.
Right.
But listen, MotoGP is not to blame for that. I think MotoGP could only help them. And I think that's the point of this, of them getting the approval to finish out the season and the next coming one. And they got one of the best brands in racing, which is Red Bull.
Yeah, they do.
They got money to race all day. So it's gonna be an exciting season. Don't worry about nothing. I'm telling you, Pedro Acosta ain't worried about nothing. None of them are. None of the riders for KTM and Gas are. It's gonna be Jack Miller. All of them are super good. Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy season coming up.
So I shouldn't
more drama, more shit to watch, more shit to talk about.
I shouldn't sell my KTMs, is what you're saying. Hold on.
Don't do it. Yeah. Hold on.
I gotta do like Vinales and buy some stock.
Yo, Vinales is buying more right now because it dropped. So he just invested more money because it's gonna come up.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And on another note, and I hear rumors, if it's to be believed, that Suzuki and possibly BMW is looking to enter MotoGP.
That's been rumors. That's been a talk.
Well,
go ahead, TJ.
Well, I heard about that too. I heard Suzuki is trying to get into MotoGP, and I think World Superbike as well.
Yep. Come back to.
But I'm a Suzuki fan, so I'll take it.
Oh,
but
God.
Here you go. Here you go. I'm a Yamaha Suzuki fan. I'm all the bikes, but
Oh God.
Probably riding flip flops, right?
No, we ain't squinting out here. I'm not the stereotype type Suzuki rider. No.
He had 7 Icon helmets and jackets.
And
you see one behind me right there.
Oh man. Smitty, we don't do finances like MotoGP World Superbike, but for Suzuki to come back, did they lose anything by leaving in the first place? And do you feel like it's something that you believe like it's going to happen? Them coming back?
Do I believe it? I don't know, but do I hope it happens? Yeah. I mean, it's good seeing more brands, just more colors, more riders, more manufacturers, more competition. I'm tired of seeing all them Ducatis, man. It's too many on the grid, man. We got to see more bikes, man.
It's like going to the strip club.
They got two less.
Yeah, right. So seeing BMW pop up one day, and hopefully, Suzuki, and maybe one day Kawasaki, might also come back. I would love that.
Kawasaki never coming back.
I would love seeing that green bike MotoGP, man.
Okay.
Listen, man. You see what happened in World Superbike? Kawasaki had to team up with B-Moto, baby, to make that thing go.
Wow. Now, yeah.
Come on, man.
So to elaborate on that, Trax Starz. I mean, is it too late for Suzuki? I mean, they did win a world title, and they're doing really well in Motor America. I can't speak for BSB or World. Obviously, they're not in World Superbike.
Right.
No. I think it's exciting news to have Suzuki back. That was major. They did really well. They won a championship. COVID, right?
Yeah, man. Alex Rins.
Alex Rins, my fault. Alex Rins won on that.
Joanne Mir.
Joanne Mir.
It was Mir?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Mir.
I said it wrong.
Yeah, so he won the championship on that thing, and that was incredible. And I'm excited what they're gonna do. I mean, they lost the heart of that who built that bike. He's over. You know where he's at right now.
He's learning more.
You know where. You know where he's at right now. But it's gonna be amazing. To have these I'm excited for BMW more than anything, because that'll give Top Rack the opportunity that he deserves in MotoGP. And that's another conversation to have in the future.
Well, we're gonna have it now, man. Let's have it now because
we gonna have it now.
yeah, because I said both, and TJ and Smitty didn't. They just talked about Suzuki because Smitty doesn't like Suzuki, and TJ got it tattooed on his arm. But
TXR.
Right.
It sounds like BMW is going to get into the picture in MotoGP, and do they have? To me, in four wheels, they're the equivalent of Honda. They're the equivalent of Ducati. They're the equivalent of that status. And well, I say Ducati, but I mean more Audi in the four wheel sector. But this is two wheels. They got their first title after over 10 plus years. Top Rock wants to win in MotoGP right away. So are they going to be successful if they do come? Or do you think they're going to struggle more like what Aprilia had to go through, or even KTM had to go through?
I think they're going to struggle. I mean, we already know like where like the level Ducati's at right now. The level that like Aprilia, KTM is chasing to get to Ducati, and to jump in. And I mean, depends on also the type of riders they get, but I mean, I would still love to see BMW enter. It gives another manufacturer, more riders on the grid. But for a first year entering, I mean, I don't know if it's a first year, but to enter now,
it'll be first year in World MotoGP in history.
All right, so with first year entering, like you got to have the right mechanics off the jump. You got to have the right tools besides just the bike. So
test riders.
It'll be tough, but it'll be a good sight to see.
So before I say my piece, I got one question. TJ, you serious about the tattoo? You have one?
No.
A Suzuki tattoo?
Whoa.
I've seen it before.
Whoa. No.
He might get a Suzuki.
I got no bike tattoos.
I seen Indian tattoos, so why not, man?
I got no bike tattoos.
Oh. Hey, my bad, man. Just
I know you're the tattoo guy, but Mr. Eric Canet over there. I ain't got no tattoo. I got one tattoo, but that's it. No bikes.
I'm gonna get some more though, man.
I can't believe you believe that.
Smitty, you might be the only one.
Start rumors over there. Talking about rumors.
You might be the only one that got a Honda tattoo, a motorcycle tattoo of a brand.
Hey, I might get one. You never know, man.
Hey,
we pass no judgment.
No, we don't.
And we understand.
Okay, so tell you what. So let's shift gears a tiny bit.
Right.
My next tattoo is going to be a 46, then a 69, and a 93. My three favorite riders, Rossi, Hayden, and Marquez, man. So anyway, back on topic now, though, man.
Sounds like
BMW.
Oh, somebody won.
Sounds personal. TMI.
Hey, we'll see, man.
We'll see.
Back on topic. So BMW in GP and Top Rack. Will they struggle? Yes.
Yeah.
All new brands struggle. Now they have the money to buy the best stuff, but those best mechanics, engineers, data guys, they don't grow on trees.
You're right.
So you can have all the money in the world, but if those guys aren't there for hire, you're gonna struggle. Right. It's that simple,
And I think Top Rock is there to win, not to build.
Yeah, right. It's like sports. You could draft the best QB, but you need the best linemen, the best receivers. You can have all the money in the world, but if they ain't there to draft or sign as a like free agent, you ain't got them. It takes time, so it's a work in progress.
Well, listen, we know Suzuki has the experience in MotoGP. They've won in MotoGP, so that's the easy one to bring them back in.
Right.
BMW is going to have a challenge, but they have one of the best riders, and I believe one of the best motorcycle developers in the game. You know, Top Rack done amazing things.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, but BMW changed the game as far as electronics and what electronics means to motorcycle racing. When we think about the first,
Yeah.
you know,
but you got to understand, BMW was been in World Superbike, and they never got to the caliber or the anywhere near the grid like Top Rack has put them.
No way.
So this says a lot about who Top Rack is. And in 1 year, 2 years?
One
year.
Yeah. Rossi and Yamaha, one and done.
Yeah.
So that's but this is his second year. This is gonna be his second year on the bike.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah.
2025.
So we already know like that his job hasn't stopped. So we're gonna see what he's able to do again this year. So I believe that BMW would be incredible to have him in MotoGP, and I think it's really gonna be great for the sport to have more manufacturers in it. Like I said, representation is everything. So what does that do? It grows the grid. It grows the fan base, and it grows the exposure, which is exactly what you want for all represented.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Having more manufacturers in MotoGP is definitely beneficial for all the fans. I think, like I said, I think BMW in the car world has a lot of experience in winning and being a dominant force. I think they're relatively new in the motorcycle world compared to Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki. And while it's taken them since 2009 when the S1000RR came out, they showed 13, 14 years later that the bike can win a world title, and it has done that, and probably might have been able to do it the year before. Who knows? So I think it'd be a good look for them to come into MotoGP. Like I said, I think the only thing is I don't know who'd pick Top Rack up, so I think he would probably be stuck with BMW. So he may be similar to it in a sense. He's gonna have to win on that bike. I can't see Ducati picking him up at the age he's at if it doesn't work out or going to another manufacturer. But I think if he wants to get into MotoGP, this will be his only road to get into MotoGP, and he'll sacrifice maybe winning a title. I can't speak for the man. But normally, a new manufacturer coming into a new program doesn't win a title right away. It's yet to happen in basketball, football, baseball, and soccer, every other sport where a new team comes in. They do not win a title right away. So I can't. It can happen. I mean, we like I remember with TJ and I, we talked about Top Rack coming in, and we joked about it. But we didn't, neither one, and not to say that, we're experts, like, encyclopedia experts or anything like that, but we didn't look at it like, oh, yeah, Top Rack is going to win. We thought it was possible, but we didn't really think it would win when we were talking about it a year ago. But he was able to do something that no other BMW rider was able to do on that brand. So anything is possible. So I don't want to count that out. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens. And like you said, Trax, Starz, more bikes on the grid, more manufacturer on the grid. That means the sport is really healthy and has nowhere to go but up.
At one point, I thought we was gonna have all Ducatis on the grid. It was just growing numbers.
Come on, man! Come on, man! Come on, man!
I just hope some other manufacturers come back.
I thought you was at a Ducati dealership yesterday. I saw some pictures.
I represent Ducati too. I like Ducatis. I wear a Ducati hat now, but I'm just saying.
got some photos of you.
Yeah, gotta have some more fans. Yeah, they got me on camera. Trying to steal $11.99.
They- you claim you're a dread man, but we see you eating that chicken and oxtail, bro.
That's a fact.
Man, listen. I'm a fan of Ducati, so if they were all on the grid, I ain't gonna complain. But Ducati struggled, and I think that the folks that that say Ducati's doing too much right now, I think they forget when Ducati wasn't doing well, and so I think it's important for Ducati to do what they're doing, and just remember that Ducati wasn't winning 4 years ago. So,
That's a fact.
so here's something I want to throw out there, and it's something I've been dancing around, and I think we talked about it last year. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but let's talk about service, and let's talk about dealerships and the industry when it comes to service and stuff like that. What is the limit for you guys when it comes to saying, hey, this service person, mechanic, whoever, dealership, whoever, what is the limit to say, okay, I've had enough? And how do you guys deal with that? Because I've had bad experiences with dealerships. I've had bad experiences down here in Florida. I've had bad experiences in Boston with dealership and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on dealerships? And is it 3 strikes you're out? How do you guys deal with that?
And yeah, I feel like it's just definitely how they treat you for sure. Um, me starting riding back in 2012, I had to find, my home pretty much. But yeah, like I'll give a dealership, definitely 3 strikes for sure. I mean, it's a tough job with dealing with all the bikes, but still, the customer service goes a long way, and you gotta take care of people's pride and joy. Like motorcycles is definitely unique, and if in this industry, like you got to make sure it's right because like it's very sentimental. I remember just going to a shop way back when where I just needed a coolant flush or something like that. It was a same day type of service, and they told me to drop my bike off and come back in like a day or two, and I'm just like, just gave him the shoulder, like you just don't even care about me. And I literally drove all the way to Betancourt's in West Bridgewater, and they serviced it right there. I had to wait 1 hour, and that was like immediately like the way I started going. I still go there, but it's not like the main spot. But
Right.
Just that at that time there was like give 1 strike, but depending on the extent of the issue.
Okay, for me, I ain't gonna lie, but I never had a bad experience with service, and that's mainly because I do things myself for the most part, and bike
Oh
shops.
God.
Not
Oh
what?
God.
Listen, I have a Honda.
I never had a
Because
problem because I'm my own mechanic.
I'm the
Yeah.
You know?
dude, disguised as
I
the
got
dude,
it.
playing the dude.
Don't be a hater because you can't fix anything.
Right? He admitted to that one. We
Yeah,
remember.
I mean, I go there and buy my parts. They come on time, and to be honest with that. However, but if they're doing bad things, maybe 2 strikes at the most. Then I'm gone. Then I'm done. But you get.
And you must have heard
You know,
stories of other people, Smitty. Besides, even if though you do your thing, you must have, you're like, damn, dude, that happened to you.
Yeah, it happened to me. So that sucks to be you.
Nah, man.
But you know what? Hey, it's a phrase. Fool me once, shame on
Okay, George Bush.
you. Yeah, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So you get 1 chance. That's it.
Okay.
So
All right, War General. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Killer of the dealerships.
Yeah.
Oh, my man.
If I want, I don't want.
He's like, I got my own tools. I'm doing myself. No, man. I mean, yeah, I've been so lucky. I mean, I'm talking about not only with motorcycles and with cars. I think service has a lot to do with customer, just like customer has a lot to do with service. Both have to be very respectful to each other. Both have to appreciate one another. And then you have a wonderful relationship for a long lasting relationship. It can't be one sided. It's not the customer's always right.
Yes, it is.
And it's not the dealership's way or the highway. That doesn't exist neither. Like I said, it has a lot to do with compromising on both sides and really using what you call
Common sense.
how you say not common sense, but some type of kindness. Like I don't know how to say it, but like in your relationship, when you're courting a girl,
A
you
give and
know,
take.
you bring her the roses, you bring her the flower, you bring her candy. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to smooth her, and
Incentives.
the dealership kind of smoothed you in by showing you this product that you wanted, and you come to this dealership to buy it. Now you as a customer, you also have to win the service department. You know what I'm saying? You went in and you spoke real nice to the person selling you the bike, trying to get you approved for the bike. You were plenty nice to him. And the day that they approved you for the bike, you probably even gave him a hug and you was like, yo, thank you. And they said, congratulations. And it was a big party. And then you go downstairs to the service department, you need the first service, and you're like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? How much is it? Nah, y'all people's is bugging. The service department is where you have to be nice. That is where you go with the same kindness that you went in there to that warranty guy, to that financer guy who got you approved to the loan, because these people are the ones who are working on your bike, who have 58 bikes in that dealership, and you want your service that you just brought in before those 58 bikes that are here. So I'm very nice to my service department. Be nice to your service department. Bring a little bottle of wine as a thank you when they give you your bike back. When you're dropping off that bike, you tell them, yo, listen, I don't need it today, but I need it in 2 days. Is that possible? And if it's not possible, when can I bring it in so I can get it on this day then?
I can't have the same message with my handgun. I can't pull up my shirt and be like,
Nah, you can't go in like my boy Smitty does in Atlanta, where they allowed to carry. You know what I'm saying? And we're not. You know, that's not how we were in Florida too. You Florida boys out there listening,
Yeah,
Texas.
you need to come down
Texas.
south a little bit, man.
You got to be nice to that service department, because it goes a long way. That thank you, that $20, that cup of bring a Dunkin' Donuts box with a lot of donuts in the morning when you're dropping that bike off. Yo, guys, I got y'all this. I'm dropping the bike off for service today. I'm gonna load it off the truck for you. I'm gonna bring it in where y'all want me to put it. I need it. I'm going on a track day on Friday. I'm leaving Friday. Today's Tuesday. You think it's possible? Yeah, they're not gonna tell you no, or they're gonna tell you we'll try our best. You know what I'm saying? But when you go in there with the rah rah rah, I need this and this is yo, you know the customer's always right type vibe, they're gonna tell you the customer's wrong.
it seems like that, and
I seen in 3 weeks.
I've seen some people flip out based on on getting that response from the dealership, like but do we do that for everything? Do we take that bottle of wine, some donuts, whatever? Do we take that to the doctor's office as well? Do we take that to the dentist's office? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are we taking that to the teachers conference? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Track days. Are we taking
yes. Listen.
So I gotta walk with my oven everywhere I go.
What is the word for that, Smitty? What I'm talking about? Like, just you have to be like that.
You gotta butter up.
Incentives.
Yeah. Listen, if I go to the track day, I go to the track day and TJ's the coach, and I did a lap I did a session, and I want to work with that coach, and I'm pointing at TJ. Yo, I'm gonna go to TJ, and I'm gonna bring him a nice cold water. I'm like, yo, coach, yo, that was a great session. How'd I look out there? And he gonna say, yo, I didn't see you. Thanks for the water. You gonna take a sip? Damn, that's good. Yo, I needed it. I needed that. I didn't really see you out there that session. You know what? I'm going out with you. Next session, line up right here. I'm gonna watch you 3 laps and see where you at. 2-3 laps turn into the whole session. Why? Over a nice bottle of water. Cost me less than $1. I paid $5.99 for a pack of 24.
Sounds like a date, man. Come on.
Nah.
Buying you drinks.
Honestly, I see what he's saying though, man.
It is when you go to school, when you dropping my kids off at school, yo, that first day of school, I'm introducing myself to the teacher with a nice handshake, nice smile, and the first opportunity I get, whether it's Christmas, I'm bringing a nice gift to that teacher, a nice bottle of wine, a
people
Dunkin'
like you.
Donuts card. You know what I'm saying? With a little band for my son.
I like Pinot Noir.
Hey, but check it out. It don't always work, man. For my kids, I bought the teachers gifts and all that stuff, and they still failed some classes, man.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, if your kid is Dennis the Menace,
I'm like, yo,
you
man.
guys look it up. If I'm showing my age,
give me that shit back.
Hey, he gonna fail anyway, man. If your son anything like you, Smitty, a Honda crazy maniac, aggressive.
Like me, man.
Yeah, we gonna have some bad remarks.
So gifts are not solving every problem, but it solves most problems.
It does.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact.
Hey, okay. And so you bring gifts, and you're doing all this, and then you still get bad service. What then? You know what I'm saying? Then you turn into a Smitty.
Good point, Rexy.
I'm just saying, because I'm hearing what you're saying, and I have evolved since our off-camera conversation as far as this Christmas, my garbage man might get something that before I'll just give that's what they were getting. You know what I'm saying? So they might get a little bit more this year because of what you're saying. And I know people have done similar type jobs. I got friends who have done those kind of jobs as far as the trash collection and stuff like that, and getting tips. But even mail carriers or mechanics or the plumber and all these people who a little bit of niceness from the consumer goes a long way to the plumber or the carpenter or whoever. So I'm definitely taking that into consideration. Where in the past, like I said, it was deuces and good luck to you. But what happens? When do we get to flip the table over? Is what I'm saying.
I'm not giving gifts. I was gonna say I'm not incentivizing until I feel comfortable with the mechanic. A few go rounds, You're not I have to visit a few times.
No. What's a few?
What, to give a gift or to flip the table over? Which one?
For the gift.
Okay.
For the gift. Yeah, a few times. Like the first time, you probably ain't gonna remember my name. Second time, he's gonna be like, "Oh, TJ's back," and then third time, he's gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, TJ?" That's when I'm just like, "All right, this is." I feel like this relationship is developing. But flipping the table over, I mean, I don't know. I haven't gotten that angry, so I can't tell. That can happen first time. I don't know.
You know what?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, TJ. Before we get off, TJ, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you start off from the jump, your name is for certainly being remembered from that day on. If you wait for the first, the second, he might not even remember you on the third.
Well, what I'm saying is like, if I have terrible service the first time I go in after incentivizing, like, and then I'm like, all right, like, do I try again, or what if I just be like, no, I'd rather, explore my options. Like, I can't just go in with the bottle of wine.
Yo, listen, I never.
No, I like your technique. You know what I'm saying? It's one of a kind. I think, we need more people like that, but that's just me. Like, I feel like people have to show me their service more than just being there, like I can't just spend more money.
Shit, try it at a car wash. Go to a car wash. One of those one of those
I
ones
do.
that one of those ones that like the machines clean part of the car, but that initial setup where they like
Right.
putting all the soap on the car and all that and cleaning. Yo, that's what matters right there.
Oh, yeah.
How much soap they put on it, how they prep the car before it goes in the machine. Give that guy $3.
I incentivize a lot of people. I'm just saying,
Yo,
like,
it's
if
crazy.
I'm
And then go to the back when you come out, and the guys who drying it, give them another $3. And tell me how dry and clean. And you're not gonna see that Armor All shit all over your car after you pull out of there.
Right. But that's a give and take, right? These guys are giving you 100% excellence in return, or maybe you're first saying, "Hey, I believe in your service." Well, I don't know if it's the first time, but at some point you're saying, "Hey, I believe in your service. I'm going to incentivize you and hook you up." And these guys are saying, "Hey, every time he comes through, incentivize me, so I'm gonna do A+." But what about a situation where you're doing the A+, but you're not getting the A+ back?
I think that's possible. It could happen. I think there are things that are inevitable. Everyone makes a mistake. Everyone can make two mistakes. I get the three strike thing. To me, it depends on what inning is it. Did you get three strikes in the first inning? You out.
Where you from
Right?
again? DR? We from again?
I'm Dominican.
You got the
We
baseball
love baseball.
analogy.
But if you get a strike in the first inning, we go to the second inning. You allowed another strike. You did you get on base? You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
we don't eliminate anybody based off of a strike in one situation.
Right.
They I believe in chances. I'm a person who's gotten plenty chances throughout my life. I mean, when I tell you I'm problematic, I'm problematic. Maybe that's where I get it from. And I'm really about that giving. And then waiting to see if I receive. Because I'm necessary I hate waiting to receive because you'll never receive if you stand there waiting.
Right.
So I'm always the first to hit. Like, I always try to make sure like you feel what I'm out here for and what I'm putting out. So you can return the same energy.
You're a go-getter.
And I think you get paid better like that, you always feel you're getting something instead of waiting there and getting nothing,
Right.
And I promise you, it works. It works. It works. It works. It works with my kids. It works with my wife. It works at my job. It works everywhere. I think there's nothing more than incentivizing somebody to do great. And when you promote that, man, you kind of get that back. It might not be the exact reciprocation, but man, it's gonna be way more than you would have ever gotten with nothing. What's that
I
saying?
do
You get more honeys with you get more bees with honey, something
Yes.
like that.
Catch one of these.
And that's true, man. We can't go out there with nothing. You have to put everything forth. We're always courting someone or something, and that's how I approach life.
No,
I do. I
Go ahead.
agree with that.
No,
I was gonna say I do agree to that. Just real quick, I just know me personally, if somebody incentivized me, I feel like the obligation to reciprocate it in a way. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I am. So But on the other way around, that's just how I think when I'm going to spend a service too.
Right. I completely agree with that, but I have found, and I could be wrong, and it could be I could be jaded or whatever, but I've when I was in New England, I had the sense like the motorcycle community as far as maintenance and service. Um, they're very busy in the when the bikes are on the road, and then when the bikes are off the road, they're harder to reach. And even when the bikes are on the road, you're harder to get service. You're talking about if you call a dealership, you know what I mean. You're a good dealership, right? Because we all got our peoples, as you say. I found that I get all my bike service in the winter because by March it's hard to get a schedule, right? Because the good people are really busy. You know what I mean? And so I found I could be wrong, but it felt like there's some people in the motorcycle industry, the service industry, not riders, take advantage of newbies or maybe people who just don't know better in the sense that you know they'll sell you parts you don't need, or they'll sit on your bike a little bit longer than it needs to be, and stuff like that. I always equate it to like, okay, well, people, it's seasonal, so people are trying to make money in the season, and when the season is over, it's a different thing. And I always found like when the season is busy, it's always hard to talk to somebody on the phone. It's always hard to deal with somebody. They always tell you how busy they are or how busy their company is and stuff like that. And kind of, but if you know them, they'll fit you in, no doubt. So I go, to go what you're saying, Trax Starz, as far as incentivizing people. If I have a mechanic that I've known since 1991. Right. So we have this long history. I probably paid for one of his kids, private school, the amount of years I've known this person. It's easier for me to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I got this problem. Even if he's both hands busy, he'll talk to me. But if I don't have that same credibility, if I don't know him like that, he ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Or he ain't talking to somebody who he doesn't know. And I found like now being in the motorcycle industry for a little bit, I know who to talk to and who not to talk to. But I do find that like there's some people in the industry that are looking to make money, and they need to make the money to get through the season. Not that it's any fault, right? Because in places like New England where it's seasonal, you got to make your money when you make your money.
Yeah. I think even here in New York, right? We're seasonal. So we riding, let's say, April through October. Then the slow time that you have is gonna be, really October, November, December, January, February, March. That's when that downtime, man. The dealership is making more money storing bikes than servicing bikes, right?
Yep.
Right. So me, I'm not a regular rider. I'm a street rider and a track day rider. So I'm riding kind of straight throughout that whole time, and I have to service my bike after every 4 track days. I try to service my bike, change my oil, check the fluids again, make sure everything is right. So I'm bringing my bike in consistently. And this is before I became an ambassador for Ducati New York. And so many people know I pick up Ducati New York so much, but it's just, man, I've never seen a place more family oriented than Ducati New York, and just that service towards the motorcycle community. I'm sure there's people that are gonna have something bad to say about Ducati New York too, but I would have to say, what did you do as a customer to honor Ducati New York also? Because I'm telling you, everything in life is a give and take. If you don't approach it this way, you cannot just take. Because when it's time for them to give you something, they're gonna give you a lot of the stuff that you don't want, and that's the headaches and the problems.
Right.
Mm.
So the one thing I am gonna tell you, that Ducati's made mistakes on my bike. It's happened. Like one time, I had installed this part on my bike. It was an exhaust, and it brought this bottom piece. And I'm going to the track day at NJMP, and my rear brake is not functioning.
Okay.
Like I didn't even know that. I don't use my rear brake. The only time I will ever use my rear brake is if I'm on the grass. Yeah, I don't utilize the front brake too hard because you will tuck the front. But you can use a little bit of the rear to slow it down in the grass until it stops. And you avoid crashing ultimately on the grass.
Right.
And the coach told me, yo, I can't send you out like this. Track stars, you have no rear brake. The rear brake ain't working. I'm like, that's impossible. It's a brand new bike. And then I don't understand why it's like that. So we come out, the coach looks it over. He's like, yeah, I think your rear brake is touching the exhaust. And I'm like, what?
Right.
So then it was a simple thing. Luckily, I had two bikes. So I put that bike away and I rode my bike. I called the dealership. They're like, damn, Jose, we apologize, man. It sucks. Like, see if anyone's there that could lift the rear set a little bit or adjust the brake lever so it raises a little bit. And I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna ride my second bike. I'm bringing it in tomorrow, or on Monday, Tuesday, because they close on Monday, and we'll figure it out. I tried to be. I was upset. That's the bike I wanted to ride on the track. I had a street fight in a Panigale, but it wasn't the end of the world. And I have to understand that at the same time, I kind of rushed them too because I wanted the bike back.
Right.
I wanted to ride the bike at the track, and maybe I rushed the mechanic a little bit too much. You have to think about what happened in the situation that made it go wrong. Like, is it only the mechanic's fault? Is it
Nobody
my
else's
fault too?
but mine.
Right.
Yeah, because that happens, right? That's when we want to flip that table. And we could, right? Because here I am. I spend $250 to ride at the track. I can't ride the bike that I paid $40,000 for. And you ruin my freaking day. And there's nobody's fault but yours.
Right.
So, but I remember that, yo, I was rushing it. I dropped the bike off on Monday. I asked for it back on Thursday. And I needed it to go to the track. It happens. And I think, that's part of my relationship with my dealership.
Right.
That they do things like that for me because it's true. You gotta know right here, there's five of us on this. I mean, four of us here on this show. We're talking right now, and there's a lot of listeners. All of us got different situations.
Right.
Some of us will be busy next weekend and unavailable. Some of us will be available this weekend with time. Some of us will only be available half the day on Saturday. Some of us won't be available until Sunday. This is the scenario of every customer going to Ducati. So it might work out for Smitty, who needs the bike back on Friday and get his bike.
He's DIY,
You that need it
man.
on Saturday.
He's DIY. Come on.
No, Smitty, I can't. I don't even want to see Smitty as a mechanic because Smitty
Look, man.
moves like Smitty
What if
moves
his-
kind of
what if his-
fast, man. I don't know. Even when he talks, he's like, no, because let me tell you, and the second time, and you're like, what?
The
Well, what
So
job
I
is
can
done.
just imagine those tools working like that too fast, man.
I was gonna ask
On a
that.
Ducati, man, that
What-
rear
what if-
lock, man.
Right. I was so
what if it's damages though?
right.
Boy, the wheel go off for you, boy.
So do we need
Yes.
more? Do we need more? Do we need more reliable service people in the motorcycle industry, or do we need to be more like Smitty and service our own bikes? Because
TJ.
we usually tend to be one of the two, or in the middle, which we go down the straightaway with our oil bolt missing and putting oil on the straightaway.
Like like the track that I did last time with you.
I'm just saying these things happen.
It does.
That is a fair being on track to have oil spill everywhere. That is just fair, but no, it's definitely important to have have everything serviced. I forgot the original question, but
what do we need more people? Because
yeah.
Maybe I'm griping a little bit because I had to get a plumber for the crib the other day, and the plumber wanted like $350 just to come out. You know what I'm saying? I need to get some construction work done, and I can't find anybody and stuff like that. So and it's the same thing with service, and for me, finding people. So I'm not speaking for every industry, right? I'll speak for motorcycle industry. Do we need more service people in the motorcycle industry than we have? Good ones, not, what I'm saying? Or do we need to be DIYs like Smitty and start doing more for our bikes? Because at least, we'll get the work done. If we forget a bolt or forget something, at least, we did the work though. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you don't forget any of that stuff. But is there a balance? Because, there's a side of me that wants to do the work myself, but I'm like Trax Starz. I don't want to do the work. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, but I feel like I have to because sometimes I'm not getting the results I'd like. So I'm just saying, I do believe that the industry, as a whole is probably missing more people because, like the people who are really good, they're really busy because everybody's going to them. And so now all of a sudden, they either have to work a lot or they're cutting corners, and that can make them look bad. You know what I'm saying? So that it's just a general question. Do you think that there should be more people entering the industry as far as mechanics and suspension people and stuff like that, or we just got to learn how to wrench our own bikes?
I mean, to be honest, I really think there should be more people, but the industry is just paying for it. The cost you get for it is just not as high in demand compared to other industries, because a lot of people do work on the bikes themselves. You definitely need to at least be knowledgeable about servicing the bike. I know when I started doing track riding, I definitely learned a lot more interior things than just changing a tire or changing the chain, or like grips and stuff like that. So I definitely do think there need to be more people out there that can just always be available. So you don't have to always rely on yourself to try to do the work and make sure it's done properly. And it depends on the extent of the issue. Because if it's an engine, I definitely have to find somebody. Because I know I'm not gonna want to deal with that or figure out how that even get it back working properly. But a nail in the tire, we can fix that real quick.
Okay.
Can do it myself or change my oil or
Yeah,
a little other thing.
Seriously.
Smitty's like, I'm boring that engine out to
Yo,
I ain't doing all that now.
So
But some
Moto
things,
America specifications.
look. Some things change your oil, change your coolant, brake pads. Do those yourself. Change your chain when it gets too stretched out. That's easy stuff. Hey, to be honest, the one reason why you should do it, it saves you money. You know what I'm saying? You go to the dealership to just change your oil. It's for like $100 nowadays.
Dude, it's $350 to get an oil change on my Multistrada.
That's ridiculous, man.
So
no,
come on, man. There's a lot that comes with that.
No, listen, I'm on the fence both ways, but I've changed my own oil.
There's a lot that comes with that.
It takes
go ahead,
Smitty. To change the oil. That's it.
Finish your DIY YouTube pitch.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It saves you money, man. That's the one reason why you should do it.
Yeah.
Ducati's
listen, when you go, guys, and I'm not including Smitty in this because he's too far gone. He's too far gone right now.
Gone, man.
Listen to me if you can. I care about you. No, listen,
This
I'm
guy, man.
serious. Listen, I'm serious, man. Like when we go to dealerships to service our bikes, and I'm not only vouching for Ducati, I'm vouching for every single dealership. When you get a receipt from a dealership showing the what was done to your bike, that is a liability that you just paid for. That paper that they give you, that receipt, we guarantee this work. That is a liability that you're paying. If something were to happen on you on that bike, your family would go and say, this bike was serviced at this location and this happened to me right after or a month after. And we believe that there was faulty of the brakes. It was faulty of how the oil was changed. It was faulty of the engine work that was done. It was faulty of whatever occurred at that. But when you give your family that receipt that I did it myself, no matter how great a mechanic you are, who the hell they gonna sue? Who the hell? Who the hell's to blame?
I'm trying
And
to
yo,
napkin, yo. I did it myself.
It's like
you know what I'm
it's like
saying?
that Christmas story fixing the heater.
Yo, my man. And I'm telling you, you better have a good insurance policy on yourself to make sure you
Hey,
cover something. But but let's forget about the negativity. But I love for people to know how to do certain things. You see, like I think I just learned this season how to change my tires.
okay.
This is I did not know how to not change the rubber on
On the
on
rim.
the rim. I'm talking about taking the rims off with tires on and putting another set of rims with tires on. I have two sets of rims because I have a set of rims for the streets and a set of rims for the tires. So every
Track.
time I go to the track, I'm changing the rubber on it by giving it to I'll give them a shout out. Trackside Tires.
Mm-hmm.
Call them up. Mention Trackstarz. I don't know if it'll work for anything, but I love trackside tires. They're the best. They do that for me. I take the rims and I go and I put them on my bike. I just learned to do that. I've been riding since 2008.
Okay.
But when you guys talk about time, it's true. I cannot take my bike down to Ducati, New York, bring it to Ducati, New York, pick it back up, bring it back to my garage, and then when I want to switch from the
Street to track.
slicks back to the street tires and do that every time, I said no, I can't. It's
You put the
80
tires
bucks,
around
right?
your waist.
but it wasn't
Tires
about the
around your waist.
money.
Okay.
It was about the time.
Got you.
That's something that's super important.
Right.
Learn it. But don't mess with your bike because you're trying to save money. Sometimes the money is not worth the risk, it's not worth the reward.
I disagree.
Especially if something goes wrong.
Right. I will say this, and I disagree a little bit, but I agree also in the sense that I think it's both. I think if you're the type of person that's trying to save money, then you need to learn how to do stuff. And if you're the type of person that's trying to save time, then you need to learn how to do stuff. You just got to figure out which one is more important to you. I agree. I'll say this, and if you're the kind of person that's clumsy and you fall a lot, you should kind of know, like, okay, I'm not going to do certain things.
I got to break my bike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not, and not to say you can't learn, right? Because I've had people on the show who've completely never raced or ridden and decided to, and stuff like that. So I'm not sitting here saying, well, what I'm saying, I'm not sitting here saying it's etched in stone. But generally speaking, you should know yourself. You know what I'm saying? I like Smitty. I'm not gonna bore out my engine and start shaving stuff to get some more air in there to get me faster
Right.
and understanding the air to gas ratio and all that stuff. I know it matters, but that's so yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna change my tires. I'm gonna change my pads. These things that I can bolt off and bolt on easily.
Yeah.
When I got to start doing math with it, that's when I'm sitting here saying, am I really that good? All right, let me back
yeah,
off.
yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, for sure.
And also for time wise too. I get that too, because again, it is like, okay, do I gotta if I have to run my bike to all these, I took my bike to get the suspension done. The guy doing the suspension is charging me just to take my forks out. Well, I can take the
Yeah,
forks out and give them to you. But now I know that.
Right.
But initially, like, I just dropped the bike off and thinking that he's like, oh, well, it's time for just take. I'm just like, really? So, you know what I'm saying? So, like with it, like anything else, I mean, if you own a home, you're not always going to pay somebody to do everything on the house. Eventually, you're going to have to do some stuff yourself, because if not, you're paying
yeah,
somebody to do tedious stuff that you're capable. But again, if you're the kind of person that's prone to fall off a 3-foot ladder, then you're not going to get on a 10-foot ladder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
no, that's a fact.
So you do have to know yourself. But it is, that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to dismiss either thing that you guys are saying, because whether it's money, which is very important to some people or everyone, at time, which is
Time.
important to everyone or some people, one of those two things are going to make us start wrenching. And the crazy part about it is we're not really talking about safety. We're just talking about time or money.
Yeah. Well, one of my friends, I'll say his name too, El Duro, on Instagram, he tells me all the time, Jose, even if you giving it to the dealership to do something for you, I still want you to learn, because it's good to be able to check the
Yeah.
work that's done.
Right.
You know, you don't want to just trust anything blindly. And I get that too. I think that's a super good lesson that he told me. And he's kind of the one who got me really into changing my own tires and stuff.
Yeah,
And
good
I'm
stuff,
sure
man.
Ducati New York is grateful to that too, because it's a lot of work for them having to do something so simple, but it's so time sensitive too, because now the bike is sitting on a lift while they
Right.
changing the tires and
Right.
they putting it back and then waiting to take it upstairs. So it could be good and bad for the dealership, just like it's good and bad for me. Um, but you're 100% right. You got to have a balance too. You should be able not to do everything, but definitely to do
Oh, yeah.
something.
Right.
Simple
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and especially going to the track, because like between time and money, like these are the things that matters the most when we're at the track. We're only at the track for the weekend, and if the track is crowded, a lot of people there, obviously getting stuff serviced at the track becomes more difficult because everybody's in line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it does help to keep money in your pocket. But like I said, I go back to, if you're racing, you're riding. It's not the same as if you tied your shoelace the right way or not, or put your shoestrings in the right way or not. You know what I'm saying? There's a different level to it, and you have
Yeah.
to own that responsibility if you're going to put the work in on your bike, and stuff like that. And the same level of responsibility goes if you're a dealership and you're putting a bike together, and because either way, we want to be safe.
Okay, bet.
No, I really hope that um this a great show. I think just because everything we're talking about, and even I, after everything you've said, even I look at it different too. I think there should definitely be a balance. Um, and I hope everyone takes something out of this show, especially what we've been talking about. It's a good topic, service and your ability to mechanic on your vehicle or motorcycle. Because it's true, we should all have some type of experience or knowledge of what we need done and what we need to do
Right.
in order to enjoy what we love to do. So definitely good information.
I completely agree.
Sure.
Anything, you guys want to add?
Nah, that's it. I think we talked a whole lot tonight. About a lot of stuff.
I completely
Ducati has a Lego that they just came out with. You seen the little celebration that they had?
I see that.
Yeah, I see most things Ducati, man. I mean, I see.
There was
I
a
didn't see a
Ducati.
Lego celebration. One
They,
Lego celebration.
the Ducati celebrated their 2024 racing domination. Yeah, domination. So they had like Pecco, Anea,
There's
Martin,
no other word but domination.
and then they had a Lego Ducati, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
They got
you guys into
another one.
Legos?
'Cause I got one. I got
Okay.
one right here.
Yeah, about to add to the collection. Then let's see. Says it's I don't know what type it is, but yeah.
Okay. That's what's
Ducati
up.
toys at home.
All right, man. So
Yeah, but go get it for y'all.
what's your
You know what I'm
address?
saying?
What's your address,
Okay, then.
Smitty? Should we send you a Ducati Lego set?
Okay,
No.
let's
I
go.
like it, man. That's what's up.
He said no.
No.
Ducati Legos.
You,
Let's
you
go.
ready for yours?
I'm good.
You ready
Listen,
for yours?
I was a fan of Ducati for one season.
One.
That
What
was
happened?
Nikki Hayden. That was it. Well, that was 2 years. That was the only time I liked Ducati when they had Nikki Hayden, man. That's it.
God.
You know what, man? I can't even say nothing to that, but because you're right. Nikki Hayden on any bike, but Nikki Hayden on Yamaha, on Ducati and Repsol. You should have still stayed a fan, though. I mean, come on, man. You're already a fan of the red.
Nah.
You know.
Which one is that? Track Stars.
Do you like cappuccinos?
Not really, no.
This one
like
came
tea.
out, I think it was 2021.
Is that a V4S Panigale?
No, it's a V4R.
Okay, they made a V4S, I think, for Lego.
Okay.
Panigale.
This is a Lego, but I'm definitely gonna buy it. You know what we do. Everything Ducati we get.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I see. And on that note, we're gonna wrap up. But what do you think about the tricolor Ducati V4S? I'll probably say Ducati's been copying my Rasta colors on my race bikes for the last couple of years. But
so they're watching you, Rex?
Listen, man. They've been watching, bro. I ain't listen. Flattery.
Still got the original. Don't worry, I'm still rocking the original.
Flattery is the best form of imitation. So, no, man.
They rocking that Rex $58,000 livery.
Yeah,
$58,000.
They got the discounted version. They're gonna make
58,000.
They're gonna make 1,000 of them, so they could discount it that way. The S model is 33 without all the et cetera, et cetera, et ceteras. Are we really paying 20 grand for color scheme? Over 20 grand. Yes, you're right. Over 20 grand, because 38 will make it 20.
Yeah.
Are we paying 24 grand for color schemes?
Well, it does grow carbon fiber wheels, people, and it got some carbon fiber parts that the other one doesn't.
Hey, we can talk more about this off here and we'll wrap up. Because my order is in. and you can get the carbon fiber wheels and a lot of the tech stuff and still have a good bike for a lot less. Not much less, but a lot less.
Smitty, I think just angry Honda don't got nothing to touch that. But it's all right, Smitty. You know what I'm saying?
Ducatis look nice, okay? I'll give you that much, though, man.
Smitty, come on, man. It's not just looks.
Look, Ducatis are like OnlyFans models. They look nice, but you don't want one, man.
No, man, come on.
So you try one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you try one, you know what I'm saying?
I will agree with you that they cost a lot of money, but as far as listen, man, once you twist the throttle, man, there's no going back. There's no going back.
They're holding your pockets and on your nuts.
We'll see.
Come on, TJ.
That's all I can say. With the duck, it's not. It's
hot.
it's not all fluff. The Ducati, obviously they've won
None
in
at all.
Superbike, MotoGP 3 years, World Superbike 2 years, and stuff like that, and 1 year in Moto America, and they've been runner up and stuff like that. It's not all fluff,
This is a good
and
bike.
it's I mean, if you. You just gotta ride one. I can't explain
I believe it's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a nice bike.
I'll toss you the keys, man, because I've ridden a Honda and
Hey, the new one, Fireblade, or the old ones?
Well, it's a V4.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a V4, a VFR. But I've ridden a Honda. You know what I'm saying? And I can't explain it because, to me, like I said, for me, and I've ridden a lot of bikes, and for me, Ducati is the closest thing to being, having, I don't know, I can't even say having the chip because none of us know what that's like, but it feels like an extension of me. You know what I'm saying? Like my R6, I got to work. The KTM feels different. My 1198, if I think whatever I think the bike does. You know what I mean? I don't even have to try to do it. It just does it, and I can't explain that with any other bike. Yes, the R6 probably handled just as well as my 1198S and blah blah blah, but it's a precision machine, and it's very precise.
Okay. I feel the same. I think Ducati's the only thing that you could take off the dealership floor and take it straight to the track. And not make one change, or want to really make not one change. I think every other bike gonna be like, oh, I think I need better brakes. I think I need a better master cylinder. I think I need it didn't bring man, Ducati just gives you everything. It does come with a premium price, but it just take it off the showroom floor and go straight to the track.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean that was one of my fears. Just thinking of how many times I would have to get it serviced or bring it back to the dealership for them to check over something over certain miles, depending if it's new or whatever break-in period.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we were just talking about going to dealerships, so I always try to just stay away. It's kind of like the dentist, you just want your things and just all right. If I have to go back, is when I really have to go back.
Right. And we can keep going on that. Ducati's not paying Trax or myself, but I do believe it's a misnomer saying how much maintenance. I've owned Ducati since 2012, so I've had them for over 12 years now, and it's like. It's like any car, or I'd like to say any, but if you maintain the things that you have, if you maintain the tools that you have, they generally work well. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just maintain them. If you maintain them, and my Ducatis have always worked. My Honda worked. My Yamahas work. If you maintain them, they work. If you forget about stuff and don't think you need stuff, you got problems.
That's a fact.
On the 06 Gixxer. Still on the 06 Gixxer.
It's like I've done nothing but put gas in it.
Still works.
Oh God.
Well, man,
God.
I want to thank everyone for coming on tonight, man. Please shout out your sponsors. Tell people how they can find you. And what's the big gift for Christmas?
I mean, I'm definitely have to gift myself, unless I get a surprise. We'll see. But it's money towards racing. That's for sure. I just want to have a good year going into the season. All I want for Christmas is something for the bikes. So, I want to shout out J&G Performance, Woodcraft Technologies, Hideaway RV Rentals, and Official Vortex. My name is TJ with 2 Wheels and Coffee. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok with 2 Wheels and Coffee. The number 2 Wheels and Coffee.
And it's your boy Smitty, my Smith Shot Racing sponsors Vortex. However, if you're in the area of Atlanta, go to McDonough Ride Now Power Sports in McDonough. If you want parts, Go see my guy Tyler. Tell him I sent you. My name's Chris. Call me Smitty, and he'll give you a good discount on parts all the time. And that's that. Smitty, Smith Shot Racing.
Wait, you know
It's your
dealerships?
shit. He's out here. It's your boy Track Stars, and I want to shout out Dineza. Go to any Dineza store nearest you and mention Track Stars, especially at Dineza, New York. I want to shout out Ducati, New York, and Warhorse. Go to any of these dealerships, mention Track Stars, they will take care of you. HSBK Racing for any motorcycle parts that you need. AEM Factory, which is make parts for MV Agusta, KTM, and of course Ducati. Use Track Stars at checkout at aemfactory.com. And also we have a new sponsor. It's an alcohol. It's called Deco, and you can use Track Stars at checkout. It's called Deco Cocktails. It's really good. There's 3 bottles, and there's a nice gift basket for you guys to gift this holiday season. It's not expensive, and it's amazing. Women are gonna love it because it tastes so good.
All right.
And you can chill it with ice. Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. But enjoy. Happy holidays to everybody. And my gift is definitely gonna be something from Dineza and something from Ducati. Hopefully, a new V4. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And from Dineza, some custom works gear. Oh my God, we have a huge custom works event. December 14th, that's Sunday. So I don't know when this show is gonna be out, but if it's out, pull up. I'm gonna be at Dineza, New York, and we are gonna be creating beautiful things like this suit over here, all custom,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be very, very, very much discounted. So you must gift yourself at Dineza, New York this weekend.
Definitely.
Okay.
And the show will be out before this weekend. So definitely go to Dinese, New York, and check out Track Stars and pull up, man, like we do. I want to shout out Workbench Technology. Go to Workbench Tech for your IT needs. Go to BeForeverCool.com. Check out all the latest episodes. Subscribe. We do have a new section that we're going to be called Ask the Experts. So go in there if you have questions you can submit, and we'll get an expert to answer these questions for you. And I want to shout out Freedom Cycles. They're coming on as a new sponsor for the show. Go to Freedom Cycles if you're looking for Ducati, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha. There's off ATVs. There's everything. So cool things are happening for 2025. Like Track Stars, I got one of them V4s in the sock too, and you know there's gonna be some Dinese gear. It might not be custom, but definitely gonna be some Dinese gear as well. I'm hoping we connect next month down here in Homestead for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And get some riding in. Keep it locked to the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell a friend, as we say. My name is Rex 45.
My name is TJ with 2 O's and Coffee.
Smitty, Smith Shot Racing.
Your boy Track Stars, baby. Stay up on twos. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.